More people have stood on the surface of the moon than have seen what lies at the bottom of the hole you're about to learn about. In the far north of Russia, near the border with Norway, there is a rusted metal cap bolted to the ground. It looks like nothing, a small, forgotten lid welded shut in the middle of frozen wilderness. But beneath that cap is the deepest artificial point on Earth. A hole so deep it took nearly 20 years to dig, reached temperatures no one predicted, and revealed something 2/3 of the way down that stopped the entire project cold. This is the story of the Kola Superdeep Borehole, and why humanity's journey to the center of the Earth ended in failure. In the middle of the 20th century, two superpowers were locked in a contest to reach places no one had ever been. The world remembers the race to space. Far fewer remember the race in the opposite direction, the race straight down. While rockets climbed toward the stars, scientists asked a different question. What would we find if we drilled as deep into the planet as we possibly could? So in 1970, Soviet scientists began an extraordinary project on the remote Kola Peninsula. Their goal was simple to say and almost impossible to do: drill deeper into the Earth than anyone in history. They weren't searching for oil or gold. They were searching for knowledge, a direct window into the hidden layers of our world. The drilling began at a single point, and for years it pushed steadily downward. This was not like drilling a well. As the hole got deeper, everything became harder. The drill bits had to survive crushing pressure and rising heat. Engineers developed a clever system where only the tip of the drill rotated, rather than spinning the entire enormous column of pipe. By 1979, the borehole had broken the existing world record for the deepest hole ever made. But the Soviet team kept going, year after year, chasing a target far below. In 1989, the drill reached its greatest depth, 12,262 meters. That is more than 12 kilometers straight down, deeper than Mount Everest is tall, with room to spare. And yet, to put it in perspective, this record-breaking hole barely scratched the surface. 12 kilometers sounds enormous, but it represents only a tiny fraction of the distance to the Earth's center. If our planet were the size of an apple, this hole would not even break through the skin. Still, what the scientists pulled up from those depths would rewrite parts of what we thought we knew about the ground beneath us. The deeper the drill went, the stranger the discoveries became. The Earth did not behave the way the textbooks predicted. The first great surprise was heat. Scientists expected the rock to warm as they descended, but not this fast. At the bottom of the hole, temperatures reached around 180 degrees Celsius, far hotter than expected. The rock was so hot it behaved almost like plastic, and this searing heat would eventually become the project's greatest enemy. The second surprise was water. Deep underground, where the rock should have been dry and solid, the team found water flowing through cracks. This water wasn't seeping down from above. It appeared to be squeezed out of the rock itself by immense pressure, something scientists had never confirmed before. But the most haunting discovery was tiny and ancient. Kilometers down, in rock more than 2 billion years old, the team found microscopic fossils, the remains of single-celled ocean plankton, perfectly preserved. Life had left its mark far deeper than anyone imagined. Locked away in stone, older than almost anything on the planet's surface. Layer by layer, the borehole was telling a story of a world hidden beneath our feet. By the time the drill reached 12 kilometers, the project had run into a wall it could not pass, and the wall was heat. At those depths, the temperature was far higher than the original plans had allowed for. The rock had turned soft and unpredictable, behaving less like solid stone and more like thick dough. The drill struggled to make progress, and the extreme conditions damaged equipment faster than it could be replaced. Engineers had hoped to eventually reach 15 kilometers, but the deeper they aimed, the clearer it became that the technology of the time simply could not survive down there. Then, history intervened. As the Soviet Union collapsed in the early 1990s, funding for the project dried up. The drilling stopped in 1992, and a few years later the site was abandoned entirely. The Great Hole was sealed shut. That rusted metal cap in the wilderness is all that remains, a quiet marker over humanity's deepest reach into the planet. The Kola Superdeep Borehole is often called a failure. It never reached the mantle. It never found the answers its creators dreamed of. It ended sealed and forgotten in the cold. But in another sense, it was one of the boldest scientific journeys ever attempted. It proved that our planet is far hotter, wetter, and stranger just beneath the surface than we ever assumed. It gave us fossils from a vanished world and a glimpse into layers no human eye had seen. And it left us with a humbling truth. After nearly 20 years of effort, the deepest we have ever reached into our own planet is barely a pinprick. The vast majority of the Earth remains completely unexplored, a hidden world beneath our feet that we have only just begun to understand. Some doors, once opened, only reveal how much is still unknown. Thanks for watching Terraverse Labs. If you want a journey to more of Earth's hidden extremes, subscribe, and we'll see you in the deep.